Your first name?
Brooke,
Brooke, how old are you?
31.
What do you got for me?
So, I do agree that women are envious of men because I am a woman that's pretty much competing with the ex that left me or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
He is the father of my child. So I get the whole thing that, I'm taking accountability, I'm going to therapy, all that good stuff. But when you say that when men are not going to be stepfathers, he went and got married and became a stepfather to two children by two different men with his new wife.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, how does that work?
I mean, okay, nothing is 100%, ma'am.
Yeah,
Uh, you know, how old is this man?
he is a year older than me, so he's 33,
What does he
32,
do for
33.
what does he do for a living?
He's a quote unquote entrepreneur. So, yeah,
Okay.
that's a red flag already. I know.
Okay. How much money does he make annually?
That I don't know as of right now.
How much did he make when he was with you?
Um, Good, what, 50 a year?
$50,000.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And then
Or a little under.
okay. And in what state?
Texas.
So you're a 30 some odd year old man
Hmm.
who's making, you know, average money when it
But
became a.
it's illegally.
Oh,
So,
that's why he's a stepfather to two kids. He's not a catch.
yeah. And he already had three kids before I got with him.
Well, then
So,
why, or why, are we,
again,
but why is this man?
uh,
But my question to you, though, man,
uh-huh.
my question to you, in all seriousness, is
Yes.
why? What are you doing? You're walking?
Oh, no. I'm,
Okay, yeah, y'all need to be still. My question to you, in all seriousness, is why is this man even in the damn conversation?
Woo! What's going on, y'all? Nick here. And I'm with my brother.
This is James Eugene. Oh man. Welcome to the Eugene Brothers Show. How's everything, Nick?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good, man. I think this is interesting because, as you can see from the video, this 31-year-old woman was speaking to Kevin Samuels, and just in classic fashion, she's here to try to present the man as, he ain't good. He's an entrepreneur, making money illegally, you name it. She had all the excuses in the world. And, he's a baby father of three children prior to meeting her. But what's so funny in the midst of it all, you know, Kevin Samuel asks us a beautiful question. Why were you with him? Why did you choose this guy? And I think this video is going to be very important because a lot of times when people, in this case women, don't take accountability for their actions, they're going to try to point the finger to someone outside of themselves as to the reason why they have failed. Meanwhile, ignoring all the red flags that clearly show that this dude was never a catch. I guess before I give it to you, it's like the old saying, you made your bed, not lie in it.
hmm
But what say if you, bro?
Um, I, sometimes when women try to insult men and downplay them, it does them no good. It's not a good thing because what it does is it actually exposes them for entertaining people like that. If you say a man ain't shit, right? Why are you messing with ain't shit men?
Right,
If you
right.
say my ex was stupid, why are you messing with this person? If you say my ex was, such and such, the question is why are you entertaining this caliber of person? You see, so it's not a good thing when women insult their exes and insult the men that they've been with because it reflects upon you as a woman that you are exactly what you attracted. There was something about this individual that attracted you. You say he's stupid. Maybe that's what attracted you to him. You say he ain't no, no, but this is but this but we have to be honest. We have to be honest. Sometimes people don't reflect on these things.
Yeah.
You know, women like to say men like to lie about their character, men lie about their character. How long are we supposed to believe that? Are
Right.
these there's a lot of men that are great actors then. They should just sign up with Hollywood
Yeah.
if that's the case.
Well, before we dive into the video, the more so, please, and I just want to give credit where credit's due. This is coming by the YouTube channel, No Filter Dose. So please give that brother a shout out and also support his channel. He's doing a very good job. And also, please support the original Kevin Samuels channel because, he was just dropping gems and his memory, I think it needs to, his message needs to continue forth in this daytime and hour. But let's just actually proceed to the actual video.
Why are we talking about a man who has three kids making 50,000, 40 to $50,000 a year,
Mhm.
and then a stepfather too? Is that the best you can do?
Yes.
Is that the best you can do?
No, it's not the best I can do because I'm working on myself
But
so I
but, but
can.
but my question is, why are we talking about him? Like
Mhm.
what?
You're saying that uh no one will wife a
No
single
man of
mother,
value.
but
No,
he
no, no.
went
I
did
didn't say
it
no. I didn't say no one. I said no man of value.
a value. Okay, I get that.
I mean, no offense, and no offense to that man, but it's, do you think he be? You think if that man had a six-figure job and no kids, you think he would have married
Mhm.
this woman?
No, sir. And I wouldn't want someone to choose me, being a single
So,
man,
no, I
and
don't
I'm a
want to.
single mother.
But my
I
point
get
is,
that.
you
Mhm.
came in speaking about him as if,
Mhm.
why is he in the conversation? Is my question.
I dare you to let me build you a completely free
My fault, y'all.
e-commerce store.
My fault.
You
Okay,
know
I get
another
it.
thing too.
I mean, is that what
uh,
you're? Is that
Another thing too. Is she did kind of mention, alluded a little bit that she was jealous of him in the beginning, right?
Right.
So,
True.
so, so, so this is what I suspect. She's probably heard that he moved on and found somebody else, while she herself is still lonely. It's much more difficult for her to probably find somebody who is willing to step up to be the stepfather to her children and to want to be with her. You know, it's but the thing is, maybe her mindset is wrong. Maybe she's just competing with the wrong person. You shouldn't be even competing with him. You
Why would
should
you
be
be?
better.
Why
Go
would you
ahead.
be competing with your man?
Your ex-man, right?
And the thing is, the one thing about individuals like this, they saying that she was jealous of him, right? But were
Mhm.
we there to know how that actually manifested, like within the everyday today? Like, what if this man actually wanted to work things out with her, but she was always contentious because deep down inside she's jealous of him,
Yeah.
right?
Some hidden animosity or resentment.
Yeah, like could you imagine you coming home as a man? I mean, men, if you guys are listening, what is one of the one thing that you want when you come home? If you're coming home to your woman, your wife, your girl, you name it, what is it that you're
Peace.
seeking out of them?
Peace.
You get what I'm saying? So now, if you coming home and the woman's jealous of you, how is that gonna actually materialize? Is she gonna
Mm.
be making sly remarks? Are you gonna find this peace, like you said, James? Like these are the things that we gotta consider.
what you're measuring the next man against?
But you're saying that the father of our children, we that's what we look forward to in the next man because that's
Yeah.
who we had first. So
Do you have a
I
child
don't
by
want
him?
that house. Yeah, I had one child. Yes, sir.
Okay, so your basic premise, your basic point is asking me is,
Mhm.
you say basically we can really expect to get no higher than our baby daddy.
Yeah, that's what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's troubling to you. Why?
Because I will want more for myself. And I
Okay.
know you're going to say I should have went more for myself
Well,
before. And
the
I
thing
get
is, the
that.
thing. Hold on,
I'm
no,
dealing.
no, no, no. Let me say what I'm going to say. Don't tell me what I'm going to say.
Okay.
How many children do you have?
Yo, and fellas, please learn that from Kevin Samuels. When you're talking to, truth be told, you should really operate like this when you're talking to anybody, period. But especially when you're talking to women, don't allow them to speak on your behalf. Like, cause that's how the gaslighting takes place. They're gonna put words in your mouth and try to make it seem like they know the train of thought where you're heading. No, that's not true. That's not true. And we need to actually learn this as men. When you talking to someone, don't let them put words in your mouth. You have a mouth. You go speak for yourself. Let's go.
How many children do you have?
Just one.
How old?
He's 4. He just turned 4.
Okay. And now I want to be clear. His father has two other children by two different women.
Yes.
All right. So
No,
you,
one woman. 3 girls by 1 woman.
he has three daughters by another woman,
Yes, sir.
and he has a child by you.
Son. Yes, sir.
So you want a man who's higher ranking to come behind a man who has 4 kids and making less than $50,000 a year, and that man is married to a woman with 2 children. How is that man supposed to stand erect around other men if he's coming behind that?
Okay.
I'm sorry, ma'am. That's how men look at things.
Yeah.
He could be a perfectly he could have made issues. I'm not trying to say he's not a good guy, but I'm just saying that's who you chose to make a baby with.
So, but before we dive deeper, right? Because I think a lot of times when we have these type of conversations, women they get triggered because they probably thinking to themselves like, why is it fair for me to be condemned by my past? And before I go in, I want to hear from you, James. Like, what's your initial thoughts? Like, do you think that's fair to women to like put them in a box or put them in this metaphorical prison? Like, you can't do any better than your baby father. I mean, you chose him. Now you're stuck with those type of choices for the rest of your life. Like, what's your thoughts?
Well, I don't think, man. You asked a very good question. I want to be like very nuanced as possible. I think everybody is judged by that past, right?
Right.
It's just how the nature. This is how nature works. We need like a history and a rapport so we can make judgments if we can trust you for the present, go into the future. Like this is why jobs they ask for a history. Like you have a resume, so they want to be able to trust you if you can handle the particular job. So that's what I want to say off the bat. Everybody is judged based on their past. So
True.
this idea that you trying to escape your past, sometimes it cannot be that way. Only God forgives, right? But now the reason why it's much more the prison of the past becomes more constrained for women
Hmm.
is because they bear the scars of having a child. Men don't. Like you, a man could just impregnate a woman, and he doesn't have to be there, and nobody would know he has a child unless if he says so, right? For women, on the other hand, the scars are there, the pain is there, the stretch marks is there, right? The physical weight gain is there, right? There's some woman that looks absolutely fabulous from having a child, but the fact that the child is always attached to the hip of the mom, that's the prison. You see, now her time is not available to everyone. It's unfortunate, right? But this is why I always talk about biological asymmetry. When like men and women are not the same, we weren't designed the same. So it seems like a double standard, but this is how the reality of things are. Like you could get pregnant. You know that man can leave you at any given moment time, right? This is why it's better for you as a woman to choose correctly, to select your mates, to select your husband correctly and properly. You can't just give up your body anyway to anybody. You can't have sex or intimacy with everybody because it shows poor reflection on you.
Yeah, I agree with you. Before we dive in, I do believe that is it unfair? I guess you could say that, but I mean, it's just a reality, right? And I think that's the thing.
Mhm.
Like, if we could, men usually operate by, after logic and reality. We can't live in this fairy tale world where we make all the mistakes in the world and just assume that people are gonna just bypass our mistakes. You see, unfortunately, as and I don't want to regurgitate what you said, so I'll add this part to it, where it's just that if a man is coming behind this other dude that already has three children with another woman,
Mhm.
and he has to deal with your child. Truth be
Yeah.
told, that means that guy is always. Matter of fact, even if he didn't have children by this other woman, the fact that you had a child by this man, he has elevated himself to a status that surpasses just the mere uh, ex. He is
Yeah.
forever bonded to you for the rest of your life, whether it be legally. I don't. We don't even know if they're going through, divorce papers, settlements, and all this other stuff. We don't even know that. But that man is always attached. The children that she has in the house, will they even respect you? There's gonna be a
Mhm.
constant reminder that you're not their dad, right? And I don't want to speak for all situations, right? There are situations where the stepchildren do respect this new man. However, this guy will always have access to your woman,
Mhm.
always, even if it's cordial, but there will always be access to your children,
Yeah.
to that
And
woman.
another thing too, when he says, and hopefully women understand that if let's say a guy comes in, he doesn't have children.
Hey,
You
give me
you
give me
already
one
said it.
give me one quick second. Hey, Paul girl, I see you in the house. Good afternoon, my brother. You said that my mic is low. Is my mic sounding better now? I might have changed it by mistake. Let me know if I'm sounding better now. But yeah, go ahead, James.
Yeah. So you hit the hammer on the nail, right? If a man is single and has no children, automatically he's set apart from the ex, right? He's of a different caliber. That means he had discipline not to impregnate a lot of women, not to impregnate any woman at all, right?
Hmm.
Now he sees you, and she's very pretty. She's not ugly. She's very beautiful, right?
Yeah.
So, but the thing is it's like now if he wants to come into this relationship, right? You gave your love away to this no good person, right? So now think about it. She gave her love away to this no good person. Is she going to keep the same standards, or is she going to change the standard for the new guy that she wants?
Right. That's the
You
that's the
see the,
thing.
you see the issue.
Yeah. So let's go back to the video real quick.
And did he have these
Mm.
three children before or after he met you?
Before he met me, so I was a 26-year-old,
A
fit,
26 you were a
everything
26 year
together.
old you're a 26
Yeah,
year old woman having unprotected sex with a guy who shouldn't have been a father unless he was a husband. You made that choice. So
yeah,
just like the woman I just spoke to, ma'am,
yeah.
if the world were right, you would take an L for the next 14 years until your child's out of the
14.
house.
I calculated. Yeah.
Yeah, you take an L because look, you chose to make a baby with it. There's so many forms of birth control. You ladies go out and have babies.
Are you looking to establish your business using an address other than your home? Wish you had a
By I no offense to this man, but I'm going to say it to the worst of us. Men who are making babies without commitments, who are not really out here producing anything, ain't making families. When 51% of black men are single and childless and 64% in the middle class. And then, just like that previous woman,
Hmm.
would you prefer
Mm.
your man to have a child or not have any children?
He can have children. I wouldn't want to put something on someone who doesn't have children because that was put on me and I didn't have to make that decision.
All
So
right.
I
So,
totally,
how many more children do you want to have?
as many as I can have, I can have.
Okay.
So,
So the previous woman didn't want anybody, her man, to have kids. See, this is a situation when you ladies put yourself in it, you have to think about it from the market standpoint.
Yeah.
Do you have any bargaining chips? What can you do? Because a man is going to, if you went to a, let's take it away from you. If you
Hmm.
if you were going to leave your job and go get another job, they're going to ask you about your previous employer. They're going to ask you
Yeah.
how long you worked there, and they're going to ask you your salary. And if that the job you're going to an interviewing for is paying $95,000, and they say, and you tell, are you going? And they say, what's your last salary? 38,000. You gonna go in there and tell them 38,000, or you gonna lie?
I'm gonna lie.
Exactly, because you want that 95.
Yeah.
And you know, if you tell them I took 38, then they may say, well, these jobs only pay 40, 42.
Yeah. Or
You see?
50 to be the
Thank
most.
you. So you understand how this works. So
And you know what's sad about this, right? Because you kind of nailed it in the head even before Samuel said that, right? Like everybody's gonna ask for your past. But what's so interesting is notice how Samuel's cleverly he tried to give the analogy to work. Because it seems like these women
Mhm.
today, that's all they understand. They can understand submission if you're talking about their job and submitting to their boss. They can understand, you know, bargaining if it pertains to work and obtaining that, that money. But
They
how come
understand history when it comes to job history.
Yeah, but when it comes to like the man that they're supposed to be with, they don't understand this. And this is the kind of stuff is just like the fact that this guy had three children prior. And mind you,
At
this
20,
might
and she was 26, no children.
man, it's just again, mind you, I want to be fair to this dude because I don't know him. All we hear is one side, and the Bible always says this, right? Out of the mouth of two or three witnesses, let every matter be established. So it's never wise to listen to one party and just jump to a conclusion. So
Mhm.
provided what she's saying is true, you gotta understand, like she came into the situation knowing that this dude had all these three children. I don't even think that's bad per se, right? Because we don't know the caliber of this man. But it's so amazing that you calling this guy out and saying that this dude is trash. He was an entrepreneur. It's sketchy how he made his money. You saying all this shit, but why didn't you vote with your feet prior to being with this dude? And this is
Mhm.
the part that I really want to stress out. You see, fundamentally, a lot of women don't want to admit this, right? Is that something deep down within them they like they like it, y'all, to be around these toxic dudes. They like being with dudes who they consider like a fixer upper, like, oh, I'm gonna present myself in this person's life and I'm gonna build them up and all this shit. Like they love these projects. These
They,
DIY projects is what I like to call them. You get
you,
what I'm
you know,
saying? Yeah, go ahead,
yeah.
bro.
You know the thing is this like I could be wrong, but it seems like a lot of women are test driving the same guys. And so, is this like okay, he had three children and you were 26. You could have gotten way farther than what you are.
The Carfax, right?
Right. So the thing is this like I don't know how they make the decisions. Is this like is it based on looks? Is it based on sexual performance and sexual history? Is it based on the gift of gab? Is he saying the right things to the point where you he's so persuasive that you automatically, fall in love with this person? Like so honestly, yeah, she messed up, man. She messed up. And the thing is, I think she can recover. I'm that hopeful and I'm that optimistic. I think she can recover, find somebody that truly loves her, settle down, and everything will be fine, perfectly fine.
Sure.
But the thing is now, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I here's the thing. Her standards did it change after she had children?
That's the point. You said it. You said it. You read the words out of my mouth. Or, bro, you can recover, but your standards is gonna have to be different. You understand? Again, the naivety comes from the fact that you believe that despite the things that you've done in times past, that your past doesn't mean anything. It absolutely means something. And you're gonna have to humble yourself to understand that, okay, you not this 20. First of all, even from a chrono age standpoint, you're not, man, this shouldn't be taboo, but women, do you clearly y'all should know that your value is within your age. This is just a fact. And that shouldn't be viewed as offensive. No, of course. Look, we could talk about the intangibles. We could talk about intangibles all day: submissiveness, character, all of this stuff. We could talk about all that stuff. But bro, please, man, please write it right
Mhm.
now. Which one of you right now in your 20s want a woman in her 40s? Which one of you men, on average, if you're in your 30s, you want a woman that's in her 50s? No, no,
I would
no, no,
change
no, no,
that
no,
a
wait,
bit.
wait, no, 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 wait, wait, wait. Before I want to hear from the chat. Which one of you men, you see, because if we flip it around, a lot of times you hear women say, "Oh, I don't mind an older gentleman." You know why? You know why? Because they're looking at usually older gentlemen. They're already established. They gotta, you get what I'm saying? They're not
They
running.
have resources.
So you see, again, the double standards exist all the time. If you flip it around, men, one of you men want a woman that's 10 years your senior? Is it possible? Sure, anything could be possible. I'm saying from a statistical standpoint, is that the norm? Is that what you usually see?
Not really, no, not really. So I would change that. I agree with what you said, but I'll be more specific and say, would they use sexual market value, right? So women are completely valuable even at their old age, but the sexual market value is different. That that value is very specific towards your youth, your health, your beauty, all of these factors. And same thing for men. Our value is determined based on, yes, men are extremely valuable, but when it comes to what society has deemed as sexual market value, our value comes from our productivity, our resources, our finances, and this is what we use to change
But can I challenge you?
and interact with each other.
Can I challenge you though? Okay, because
Okay.
what you're saying is true. But if that was the case, then she should have never ended up with this, who she's claiming is a bum now. Well, I'm being facetious. I'm being tongue in cheek. She didn't call him a bum, but then she
Mhm.
should have never been with this dude. You see,
Exactly.
and this is the thing. They come to that conclusion after the fact, but I think a lot of times these women they fall for these dudes just because they got the gift of gab. They just speak. They just know how to speak, and then they get them wet. No, I'm serious. It may sound crazy. Look, we all adults here. These dudes, these pookies, these Ray Rays, there's a reason why multiple women are feeling for the same dude. They don't care. They don't care if the dude is sagging. Look, this dude could have the teardrops, right? You know the tattoo, the teardrops, and it
Yeah.
represents how many people you done gunned down. They could have the teardrops. They get the neck tattoo, sagging pants. You get what I'm saying? They can have all
Mhm.
the red flags in the world, and a lot of these women will bypass that because there's something about these individual type of dudes that seem to get them wet. And this is what's so sad. It's a sickness in the mind.
So here's the thing. Are we dating based on what is right? Are these women choosing based on what is right? Or is it propaganda that's driving them to choose this thing? And if it's propaganda, that means a lot of women have a sheep mentality.
Hell yeah. They got issue in time. Look, bro, that's a good question. Chad, please, and please also, please chime in and please like the video because it does help the video out. But you're
And
absolutely right. And look, that sheep mentality, bro, what you say is the hypergamous nature. This is what God's been saying for a long time. A woman will literally be attracted to other men, or excuse me, they will be attracted to men that other women find attractive. That's their nature. That's that sheep mentality. That's that beehive mentality. That
hmm
flock mentality. That's
yeah.
primarily amongst women. And that's not to attack them. It's just more so. You see, this is why. Honestly, I'm gonna be real. This is why polygyny helps. It would help a lot of these women that are flocking to the same dude rather than just being headless.
Or exposing this truth actually helps women so they can deconstruct themselves so that way they could go against the grain. Think about that. If we not decode this and say women have this hive mentality, this sheep mentality to go after the same guy because of they've been conditioned and propagandized to go after this certain type of individual, they can use that to deconstruct themselves, to work on themselves, so that way they could go against the grain, so they could probably find happiness. Like they're allowing society to dictate what they should want when they themselves should value what they intrinsically want for themselves.
Mm, good point.
So if everybody's going for this guy that's 6'5", who's muscled up and who, I don't know, he has 10 baby mothers, go the opposite way. Why not try a guy that's like 5'5", right? Think about that. Why
Yeah,
not go for him and he has a job? This guy here is a scammer. This guy has a 9 to 5. You see,
yeah,
go the opposite way. Maybe you might find happiness.
yeah.
Maybe you don't have to worry about being cheated on.
I I'll probably tackle that another time. Let's go.
You want a $95,000 dude, and you messing around. You have a baby for a $38,000 dude. No, thank you.
Okay.
I mean, I'm sorry. That's just how it works, man. So y'all can have baby. Y'all can have a sex, ladies. Stop making babies with
Yeah, but
dudes.
it's generation before us. Like the women would have just groomed us and told us, like,
Well,
you know,
I get it,
what to
but
wear.
they didn't tell y'all to make these babies. They didn't tell you to go make babies. Your
Well, my
mama told
mom
you.
did tell me abortion, so I mean, I can give her that. She
Okay.
told me to just.
Okay. Yes.
And I'm sorry to cut it off, but this is where I kind of disagree with Kevin Samuels to an extent, right? And because I do get the spirit of what he's saying, you can have sex without the children, without having babies. That's absolutely true. But you see, this is the kind of part where it's just like if this guy slips up, and a lot of these pookies, I don't know what it is, man. They must have a very weak pelvic floor because they seem to always shoot up the club. Nah, real talk. Maybe they gotta practice some Kegels. They gotta probably do some Kegels or something because they always shooting up the club and they never like have any type of semen retention.
What you mean? Yo, scientists say the more you ejaculate is bet the less likely you will have prostate cancer. So these guys are on it, yo.
Hey,
They
so
on it.
they on it. Maybe they need to be on and right. They need to be on and learn to spill outside or something
Pull out.
because pull out.
That's the
But
problem. They don't have a good pull-out game.
here's the thing, right? My thing is that at that point in time, when these pookies are shooting up right inside of these women, now you notice the advice. Now the mom has to say they got to advocate for abortion, and you see, and now the spiritual side of me is like, nah, man, I don't like that because you see now you entering a whole nother territory because now you're willing to kill life just because you don't want to take responsibility for the life that you brought in. And I don't want to get into the whole, if it was 2 weeks versus 5 weeks. I don't want to get into all of that. You see, this is the kind of thing I'm saying. Like you made your bed, now you gotta lay in it.
The thing is they use that as convenience because now the child is inconveniencing them. So this is why they want to get rid of it. So it's it was never a plausible, righteous idea to begin with. It's just people are using it because they want to get rid of their mistakes. That's exactly what it is. Every time they do that, you're saying that child is a mistake.
Yeah,
You made the mistake.
facts.
See, you should have listened. Okay, let me go ahead and get to Mercy. Hello, Mercy. How are you?
What hit hardest in this call wasn't what she said, it's what she didn't see. A 31-year-old woman trying to heal, trying to find better, but she built her foundation on a man who never earned that position. 3 kids by another woman, no ring, no direction, and she still gave him a legacy. That one decision rewrote everything that came after. Every man after him is going to measure her by that decision. Consequences don't disappear because you're finally ready to reflect. Men, here's the gem. Every woman isn't for saving. Some are just here to teach you what peace costs. Date slow. Watch consistency. And remember that standards are protection, not arrogance. The man who learns to walk away early walks into purpose faster. Women, listen close. The moment you give a man access to your body, your heart, or your legacy, you're making a statement about what you value. Value your womb, your time, and your name. Those are your currency in the dating market. Once you spend them wrong, inflation hits quick. If you're still watching,
Yeah. So once again, give a shout out. Please support this brother, No Filter Dose. That's the name of this YouTube channel. Um, yeah. Honestly, bro, I just to land the plane because it is getting to that 30. What is it? 35 mark. But to land the plane, I guess, bro, he's right, bro. You can't eliminate these choices that you made in times past. Sometimes you got to learn to actually reflect beforehand, like exercise some discernment. Again, I
Yeah,
really believe that these red signs are so easy to be seen by other men. And this is the reason why, these women probably should have had a village. Right? Hopefully, if they had, whether it be a father or whether it be an older brother, an uncle, you name it, some man in their life to vet some of these dudes. Because a man would have spot that a mile away. They would have been like, why you trying to be with this dude? You know what I'm saying? But
yeah,
unfortunately, discernment, these women don't seem to have discernment until it's too late. Nah, they could see that this dude was a lame. Nah, they could see that this was the wrong choice. It's already too late.
yeah. The thing is, what No Filter Dose said is very paramount. We look at standards, we look at rules, we look at laws, and we detest them, not understanding that they're always there for our protection, our guidance. It's not arbitrary that we say don't touch fire. It's not arbitrary. We don't want you to get hurt. It's the same thing. It's not arbitrary that we say don't have sex before you get married. It's for your own protection, for both the men and the woman's protection. When you don't do those things, you're going to get burned. Now you have to deal with the consequences of getting burned. And in this instance, in this analogy, the burn is actually having a man's child and he's not there. He's not. You're not married. You have no protection. Now you want another man, and now your life is that much more harder. The standard was always there. It's just we keep ignoring the standards.
Yeah, well said, man. Anyway, y'all, if you guys like this video, please like, subscribe, comment down below. It does actually help the video out to reach more people. And again, support Kevin Samuel's original channel because I do believe there are many people in this generation that still need to actually learn from the legacy that he left behind. Anyway, with that being said, Nick, James, over and out. Yeshua is king, y'all.
Subscribe.